Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content, and today we're going to be talking about XRP and the overall market. Before we jump into this video, I just want to say right now we are having a sale on my official Crypto Posters website. Currently right now, buy one get one 25% off during the summer. The sale ends on the last day of August, so definitely come on here, and if you guys are interested in buying a Ripple XRP poster or any other additional poster, you guys can get that right now on sale. So with that being said, let's jump into the video. So right now the market is doing its own thing. XRP is still sitting on some major key support, and we're going to really analyze this overall as well as we get into this. So let's talk about the market overall, and let's analyze what's actually going to be happening here very soon. So obviously crypto and the crypto charts and stuff like that are very important to see the next move. They do have a high probability of playing out and so forth. So when we're analyzing charts, we also have to analyze other things as well, because there's a lot of aspects that go into a move up on Bitcoin, a move up on all altcoins as well. For an example, Bitcoin can go up to 50K, but it doesn't necessarily mean all assets have to go with it either, because of dominance, one, and also who's actually buying things at that current time. So when we actually analyze Bitcoin, we also have to analyze Bitcoin dominance, but we also have to analyze other things. For example, do we think that a rally is going to be happening for Bitcoin here shortly? Well, let's actually analyze that. So right now, when we're talking about Bitcoin right now, we also see that, for us to actually be in the gist of things for a major move up, the idea is that we need to clear this resistance zone that we've been seeing for a long time now. Even going back to, the middle to the end of June, we hit this resistance point. We actually hit it even in May as well, when we tried to come back from that massive drop down. So this zone here at this 41K is a very hard line to break. We will not see some major, upward movement until that is actually broken. Now, once that is broken, it doesn't mean that we're out of the water still. In fact, we actually have to break above this 200-day MA, which is sitting at about $44,000, almost $800 exact. Until we actually see that, I am not going to pretty much be, very bullish. I'm not going to say XRP is ready to go to $10. I don't, all of that stuff. Like, listen, I don't doubt that XRP is going to do some major moves this year, or any alts actually. Because I think that we are in a major bull run. But we need Bitcoin to stabilize and actually be in a solid upward pretty much momentum until we actually see any realistic major moves. Now, obviously, we have been doing some significant moves on Bitcoin. We can't break that 100-day MA yet, though, which is at that 40,400. Every time that we break above it, we end up falling down below it. So, we really need to stabilize up here in this zone up here. Now, obviously, what gets us there? If we don't end up trending up here, guess where we actually fall? So, me personally, I think we most likely test the bottom at some point down here, or we could even come down lower and possibly even test the 50-day MA, which is at about 34,786. But we'll most likely come down and pretty much jump a little bit above it at around this zone here at that 35,141, which is actually a key resistance zone as well. So it's either we come up here and we get above those resistance zones that I've been talking about, and somehow settle up here before we eventually break that 200-day MA, or we come down and retest one of these lower lows to make a higher low that we've seen in the past, even going down from these 29K to $30,000 levels. So realistically, I'm either looking for one of these targets to be hit up here, or I'm looking at one of these targets being hit down here. Now, both of these scenarios are very bullish, and you might be wondering, well, how could a drop down here be very bullish? Well, we need a pullback on Bitcoin, because even if we look at Bitcoin, like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this push up. It's great, but if you actually look at it, we did a major move on Bitcoin to about, it's almost a 40% increase in price without any significant drop. So For us to have that major move up, which isn't too crazy of a move, we would obviously need to correct a little bit. You know, at this line here, it would be about 11.47%. Usually we do about a 13%, which would be around this 35.6K level, which wouldn't be surprising to me. And then that would allow us to do another move up. That would be a significant, price increase that would eventually probably break this zone here, which would be about a 25% increase in price, and will most likely go higher. Say ever so we mimic the same move that we did here, we would be at about almost $50,000. That would put us right in line, realistically, to clear all of that downward trend that we had, pretty much break back into this chop zone that we were basically in before that major drop, and that would pretty much put us back on track for the bull run to really kind of continue its momentum. Because right now, we're not in a full-blown bull run. I mean, we still are in a bull run, but until we actually clear some of these nice resistance zones, break above and find support zones, we're not going to really kind of move up too much on Bitcoin. But we also have to look at the indices, which is the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones. As we already see, these are performing very well because of the Fed and their announcement with interest rates. Now, listen, guys, I'm just telling you right now, by the end of this bull run, the US dollar will most likely collapse because of inflation being very, very hyperinflated. Not only that, I just want to warn everybody who is in crypto right now, don't be looking to buy a house yet. Like, wait until the housing market crashes, because we are definitely going to be seeing one of those. We're going to see a stock market crash at some point in time as well, with the dollar, ranging at this level. Hopefully we can cash out our crypto for some nice profit before all that happens. That way we could pretty much buy the dip on most things, including crypto. But I think that, they are going to save this market. They're going to save the GDP for a while now. Because they even announced it in the Fed announcement, saying, hey, interest rates could be much higher, but we're just kind of going to save face and wait for things to kind of, fill out. Now, talking about Ripple and XRP, I do think that we are coiling for $1 plus. And the reason why I say that is because now we are ranging on this support zone at about that 50-day MA. We're actually a little bit above it. We're kind of basically ranging on that 70-cent zone. And if we actually look, this is pretty much that zone that I was talking about, that 70-cent zone. It's actually like 71 cents. Now that is strong support, even going back to here. This is actually resistance on these 3 dates. But now that we broke above it, we're actually kind of finding support at that 70 cents. We can actually move this down a little bit. Now, what do I expect to happen? Obviously, we need to break above this 80-cent zone. We did reject off of the 200-day MA. So until we really break above this, really reclaim 80 cents for a strong reclaim, then we could pretty much target the 100-day MA, which is at that 94-cent zone. I'd like 95 cents to be broken, and then we could pretty much target $1, as we do see that it was resistance even back in the beginning of June, and every single time that we ranged above it, we kind of ended up breaking down below it anyways. But I think once we break above $1, I think that's when FOMO will actually happen on XRP, as we do know that the FOMO on XRP is massive. So I think once we break above $1, that's when we could pretty much target this $2 range up here and break above the current high that we made this year alone, and then that's pretty much going to put us back on target for that all-time high to be broken eventually. So we definitely have to watch Bitcoin, though, because if we do see that pullback on Bitcoin, like I said, we could see a slight pullback on XRP. Where do I think that we go? We most likely bottom out about on this candle here at about 62 cents, most likely, as that is a very strong bottoming point. Even if we look back here in the beginning of July, and even going back to June, we've pretty much settled on that candle a little bit on 62 cents. But I think that this is a strong point to really kind of hold. We might not drop that low. We might even bottom out on this resistance zone back from the beginning of July, which would be about at 66 cents. So nothing too crazy in terms of a pullback. I still think that we are on track for $1, and I think that we are building strong support for it. Like I said, I think this is pretty much a foundational support, if you will. Even if we look on the weekly, this chart looks very bullish for a nice run up. I think that at some point in time, yeah, we will hit that $1 plus, most likely within the next few weeks. I know that a lot of people don't like to hear that, but hey, we are building that nice foundational support. And even if we look here, right, we go to the date range, and we look at this foundation support that we've been building, it's about a 70-day support zone that we've just been in this kind of consolidation period for quite some time. So we do know what's going to happen next once we do break out of this consolidation point and get to that dollar plus. This is where I talk about the FOMO, right? Because once we do break out, then we could pretty much range to hit this. That's 181% of an increase in price. And then to get to our all-time high, which is around that $4 mark, I think it's like $3.84. It's about a 500% almost increase in price, which I do think that we continue to go much higher and will most likely hit that $10 zone. Now, this will most likely bring us to about, I would say September, almost November, if you will. I know that September and November are still 2 months away, or 2 months apart, sorry. But that is pretty much range on that. I know it's going to take some time, so who knows? And I'm not forgetting about October. October's going to be good as well. I just think that this is good for a September to November run. So it gives it 3 months to really kind of run in that point. Now, I think August is going to be a big month for us as well. We got to keep our eyes on the DXY, as I do think that this is actually losing a lot of momentum. As we do see here, we kind of broke it down, which is very good. We are breaking down below almost my what it broke down below my support zones here. So hopefully we could break down below all of these MAs and retarget that 89.52 cent zone, which would be very bullish for crypto, XRP, and also even Bitcoin itself. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter. You guys can also join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.